Hello and welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a program about the services and functions of Monmouth County government. I'm your host, Cynthia Scott, for Monmouth in Focus. It is the end of the year, and what a busy year it has been. Here to talk about all of our progression and improvements and programs and initiatives, you name it. Freeholder Director Tom Arnone, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This is a great time of the year because we were able to look back and see all the great things that Monmouth County has done, and I commend the department heads, the administration, my fellow freeholders. All of them came together, and out of my 8 years, I have to look at this year as saying, wow, we really achieved a lot of goals that we set out to do.
You absolutely have. Every time you look on social media or you see something, we see you somewhere, either announcing something, cutting a ribbon, digging into dirt. You are certainly a busy man, as well as your fellow freeholders as well. And congratulations on your re-election.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's start with Department of Public Works.
Sure. So we had a busy year, and what was really nice, I'm a big fan and know the need of continuing our infrastructure. We will all be long gone here, but the county will still be here.
Sure.
If we're not continuing scheduling our infrastructure repairs, and that's what we did this year, and we had two buildings that we rehabbed the Monmouth County Health Department there, so we have our own building there, and then we put a heavy equipment maintenance building down for our public works, so we could be more efficient and a better quality of work that they can work in, and more importantly, we can increase our shared services with the towns. So, those two things will come together to be an asset. And the health department building, we now have moved out of a lease that we were in, and we're moved into an ownership building. I'm not a fan of the county leasing property. I mean, the county's going to be here forever, so why wouldn't we own what we're in? So We're starting to move out of there, and I think, quite frankly, there's only one more building. I set out that 8 years ago that I wanted to get out of all the leases and get into ownership buildings. So someday, everything will be paid off, and that figure and that debt will be gone.
And everything's county owned.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Excellent. Something that we also have to call our own is the official Monmouth County tree this year.
Yes, it always bothered me that when we do so much infrastructure work, and we really do a great job. I commend Joe Attore and his staff, John Tabee and his staff, that, and I wanted people to realize when you came out of our neighboring towns, whether it was Burlington, Mercer, Ocean County, when you came into Monmouth County, you knew you were in Monmouth County, and we figured we did a signature tree, and it's the oak tree. So that's the county of the Monmouth tree. Obviously, there's a few different specimens that live by the waters or areas that they would thrive in. But so when you come into an area and you start to see a row of oak trees, you could, without the sign, you'll know you're in Monmouth County.
Ah, that's great. Yeah, that's a great idea. So another first for Monmouth County is something that has to do with the recycling essay contest.
Yeah, so we created, years ago when myself and my fellow freeholders, all of us have been mayors, we really enhanced the need for recycling. That somewhat has taken a step back, and by no fault of the municipalities, it's because, quite frankly, it's much more costly because the cost factor has changed so much. But the tide is kind of turning a little to go the other way, so we figured we'd put an initiative, an educational component together, and we were very fortunate. We have an artist that we hired, and he's phenomenal. And we created a contest called, and we picked out what what we would be promoting as the educational component. And the person that won is Recycling Rocky, a student that came there. And we recognized all the students there, and we're going to go out there, and we have a full storybook, coloring book that we go to all the schools with. And it's really a different way to promote it, because at the end of the day, it's hard to teach a grown person to recycle if they don't want to.
Right.
But if we could get into the schools and teach them properly, and they grow up knowing that, it's just like seatbelts. It's very easy to teach a person when they're just starting to drive to put seatbelts on. It's hard to teach somebody maybe at ours to put it on. The importance of it.
And it's so, like you said, it's so important to get them at a young age, the children, because
absolutely, that's where it all starts.
Yeah, and like you said before, we're not going to be here one day, but they will, and their children will. So,
and it will just be a way of life.
Right, exactly. That's such a great effort, and another initiative very near and dear to your heart.
Yes.
I know that Freeholder is your Grow in Monmouth initiative.
Yes, this was great this year, and we kicked off another program, the Hazelnut Farm Demonstration, where we were in Cream Ridge, and we planted the crop there. It's unbelievable, but what is remarkable is how it has taken off between the ag industry and, of course, our restaurant businesses, where we're promoting all that. So we're able to, get two bangs at the buck there, because we're promoting both industries, and very, very, very important industries here in Monmouth County, and it gives us the ability to, again, succeed in the economic development side.
Sure. Did you think that your Grow in Monmouth initiative would become so big?
No, I never did. I never did. And I remember when we started it, it is just, what it started as the signature Grow Monmouth, then it came Grown in Monmouth, Made in Monmouth, the facade program, all those little components that have come together with them have made this really statewide, recognized statewide.
Yeah, it really is so commendable to you, Freeholder. And tourism, of course. I mean, I know tourism, we have the most beautiful beaches in the country, but there's so much more than just our Jersey Shore as well, and as a whole with tourism.
There is, and just to touch first on the Jersey Shore, we had a banner year, $23.5 or $7 million in revenue, up from last year. It's continually going up from Sandy. I commend all the municipalities for their enhancement and promoting of it. And I have to tell you, you look at it now and you go back, the year after Sandy, and we hit rock bottom there. And to see where we're at now, we're well surpassed those numbers, and it's becoming a true destination. I mean, we know that just by the traffic count there.
Absolutely.
And we're incorporating different things, like we did this year. We had Restaurant Week, which was the economic development side tied into the to the tourism industry. But tourism, what we're trying to promote is not just from Memorial Day to Labor Day. We have a lot of events that go all the way through the holidays, and it's not, and we have the western part of the county. We have all those different areas that brings tourism in, and but we're partnering with the municipalities. We have numerous meetings together to try to promote and work together and see what town has one thing that maybe we could partner up a neighboring town and the county could help promote it.
Right, absolutely. Such a great idea as well. And obviously we had Veterans Day in November, but when it comes to veterans, it's an all year round initiative and effort to provide programs and services for our vets.
We absolutely are 100% realize the importance of our veterans. Let's face it, when we sit here now, we're here for a reason. Because our veterans, what they did for us. They gave us their sacrifice, and they made a quality of life that we could live in. And it's our job now to give back to that. And we put on a full-time vocational rehabilitation counselor there at the Office of Aging. And we're going to continue to work with our vets. I know Veterans Day, myself and the fellow freeholders were out doing different programs, and we'll continue to do that. And what's really recognized, and I know you talked about the election before, is when I was around the county, obviously I'm working to try to get reelected, I would see a lot of veterans. And it was so special to hear thank you from them that we're doing the right thing. So, and that's what's important.
Yeah.
That's what's really important.
Absolutely.
I mean, we can't, of course we're going to judge ourselves, but if other people need to judge us, and when those individuals come in and say they think we're doing the right thing, it makes you feel good.
It makes it all worthwhile.
It does.
Freeholder Director, thank you so much for joining us today. Lots of great information there, lots of great initiatives. Congratulations on your re-elective. Congratulations on your successes as Freeholder. And that is all the time we have for this segment of Monmouth in Focus. Of course, more information, please visit www.visitmonmouth.com. I'm Cynthia Scott. Have a great day, everyone.